so many things that are just so ridiculous with the spinning ball. So these are some things flat earthers and spinning ballers have to accept to get their head around the earth being flat. Globies have to accept we have our own arc of horizon, 5Ks out, all the way around. Rise up, it'll get bigger. It'll tend to get bigger, but you're actually rising up. If you rise up so high, you get the full circle, so you get 5K all the way around you. So we know the Earth isn't rolling away at 5K, because as you fly up, the horizon comes up to meet you, and science and all these guys start going, oh, no, it's too big, you can't see that curvature. Yet down at 5K, they say the Earth's rolling away, there's the curvature. So there's BS there straight away. It's just so stupid. Globes have to accept we have our own arc of horizon. We have our own arc of horizon. See, most flat earthers just use this one model and they think that's the flat earth design. No, it's not. That's only one slice. That's only a slice from the centre north out to the south. One slice there. All the way around we have this. No matter where you are, you have this arc, 180 degree arc straight over you to there, south to north, south to north. We're in here, but we are way down here with our own little arc of horizon, 5Ks. All the celestial bodies are all there, projected down into our arc of horizon, the moisture filled atmosphere. They're all projections, remember. You have to accept their projections, because they are. Everything is projected from the centre here out into our physical realm, into the moisture filled atmosphere. It's just like a glass. It's like I've shown in a previous video with the acrylic fishbowl. You only get the holographic images if you keep the black spray paint on the outside and keep the gloss of the acrylic on the inside. You put black paper or white paper, they disappear, because that acrylic, it represents moisture. It's replicating the atmospheric moisture. So you get all these holographic images projected into our realm here, all from here. You got the Milky Way in here, vertically, slight angle. The sun, so if it hits a star in there, projects it right up here, or projects it down here. But it's a parabolic image. You get two arcs like this. You're getting the parabolic. You get one picture here, and then it's flipped upside down over here and back to front. This is why it's hard for people to see. Line these stars up with these stars over here. But one guy's done it with Ursa Major. So we're way down here, a little arc of horizon. See. If you're out here, 36 degrees New Zealand, Auckland, 36 degrees south, that's 4,000 k's off the equator. If I want to take star trails of the two sky rotations, one here meeting this one here, I'll just get a little glimpse of the northern horizon, and I'll see this one coming over my head. I'll see them meeting with the gap up here, the tropical gap between the two rotations. If I'm 36 degrees south, up here you get 90 degrees, 54 degrees. So this 4 grand, 4,000 would be at 345, isn't it? 4, 3, 5. That's 3,000 k's, 5,000 k's. Well, you can't work on that. It's not right. We've got our little own arc of horizon, way down here. Everything is projected down onto our arc, way down here. Everything up here is projected onto our arc of horizon. So we have a soul. We have a soul because we're connected with the solar lights. We're light beings. We have our own, like 5K aura, you could say. But we know that Earth doesn't roll away at 5Ks, don't we? Yet science keeps telling us that. Yet you go up a mountain, or it's further, you go up in an aeroplane, the horizon rises with you. And they say, oh, it's too far, the Earth's too vast, you can't see the rolling away. Anyway, just told me it rolls away at 5K. So we've got to accept we have our own arc of horizon at 5Ks. Everything we see in the night sky is a projected image of the atmospheric moisture. Or everything is millions and billions of miles away, flying at thousands of miles an hour, and we're living on the outside of a spinning ball. That's hilarious. Absolutely stupid. Here's some silly things about the spinning ball. Why or how can a ball be on a tilt? It's a 360-degree sphere. There. Where's the tilt? How can it be on a tilt? It can only be on a tilt if someone like me comes along and goes, yeah, it's on a tilt now. Brilliant. Let's go and educate all the children. Tell them, look, look, there's, it's got a tilt. See, it's got that stick there. No such thing. Then they tell magical stories about the thing being pushed over by some giant meteor or something, and it blew apart, and off came the moon and created the moon from its shrapnel. How or why does the Earth move out and around the Sun in an ellipse rotation? So let's do a smaller picture. Let's get rid of this. So why is the Earth way over here? But the other time the Earth's only this close. What's causing that? They don't know. They're just making it up. It's just made up. You see, the real centre of the universe is circular like this. There's only one vortex. There's only one vortex, one black hole. It's in the centre there. Ever seen an oblong black hole or a vortex, a whirlpool? Ever seen an oblong one? No, of course you haven't. Look, and they want us to believe that all these planets are on ellipses. So you've got a planet here, so you've got a planet there, you've got one out there. They're trying to tell us these are all on ellipse with the sun. They're all on circles. There's only one circle. You can't have a circle and then all of a sudden have ellipses. There's only one system running the whole world. Unless they want to turn our round world into a big, long, frickin' sausage or something. It's just ridiculous. You see this, because we've got the sun there, see? The sun's off centre. So they think all these are off centre because they're using the sun as a reference point, right? Reference point's here, the centre. This is why we get geomagnetic north and what's that one? Magnetic north. There's a difference there. Something to do with that. But anyway, so let's say we've got a planet coming around this way, okay? Well, the planets don't catch the sun. The sun catches up to the planets. So the planet's going that way, and the sun's going that way. So eventually this sun is going to catch up to this planet, right? So as it's coming around this way, if it's going this way, and that's going that way, they're going the same way. They can see that. But then when the sun gets around here, somewhere around here, it's going that way. So because the sun's moving that way, they want you to believe the sun wanted you once upon a time that the planet was going that way to meet the sun, because the sun wasn't turning. The sun's not moving. See that? If the sun's coming around, instead of the sun moving this way, they want you to think the planet's going this way. But then once the sun catches up to it, right? The sun's here, say, and passes it, going this way. Oh, all of a sudden, they're both going that way again. You see? It's quite easy. They do admit it's only an illusion of just their delusion in the first place. They should have known all this. It's all been around for millions and millions of years. So I found in all the ancient books, it's all described. The ancient The Egyptians, it's in from Christian texts. What's that called? I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, that's that. So let me oh, here we go, I'm reading this. So, what else we got here? What is spinning the Earth's rotation? You know, what is spinning the Earth? Nothing. It's just hoo-ha. It's just ridiculous. Yet these kids come through school and brainwashed. That's what it's doing. That's what it's doing. You know. Why is the sun not at the centre now? Heliocentric. They're now saying it's off there. I've been saying for the last 2 years. I'm not a scientist. I discovered there's a black hole in the centre of the universe. There's a black hole in the sun and everything. I was doing videos before they handed over the Nobel Prize to what's his face, the physicist Roger what's his face. He spent 60 years. Yet when you look at all the other information, you think, well, hang on. They know all this, eh? They just fool you. You've got this system here. We've got a system here and a system there. Coming down that way, you've got another internal system here and another internal system there. And you know, the black hole should be there, that's it. The sun's on the horizon here. Because it works with the same thing as a ring magnet. It's just a ring magnet. And right in the centre is the place, the state of inertia. Let's say you've got a magnet that fat. So if you get something right down the guts, the plane of inertia is right to the middle here. It'll stop there. It stops there. And that's Earth. Through there. So you've got all the action on the horizon. Let's say the ring's there. All the action's here. There and there. Unless you come right down through the Milky Way, down through the guts. But the sun sits here because it doesn't go in there and it won't come out, won't fall out. It's a bit like the planets. They're like magnetically locked in here and go round and round and round because the spinning black hole is making everything go round and round and round. Now all the planets are off centre. So they're telling us all the planets on the ecliptic too, they're all off centre. But there are a couple of physicists that don't want to say that. They think they could be centralised, circular, which they are. Look, they're all circular. They want you to think it's not circular because the sun is offset, right? They think it's going way out here around the planet, around the sun or something. What makes the Earth spin around the sun? That's the sun. You know. Sure, they make up these big stories, but it's just not logical, is it? What's doing it? No, nothing, except the black hole is here. It's all spinning around the black hole. Not Earth though, the planets are. It's all above Earth. Earth's fixed and stationary, like I just said, plane of inertia. Here's the centre, you can see the centre of the ring. Centre Arctic. Toroidal field. Atom. It's in here. The centre of the ring magnet. Plane of inertia. What makes the... Now the sun speeds around in an ellipse. So science telling us the sun speeds around in an ellipse now. 200 to 220 kilometers per second. And Andromeda, here's a good one. Andromeda racing towards the Milky Way. So let's say, see the Milky Way says vertical in there, eh? Let's draw it vertically. That's the best way to describe it, draw it. There's the Milky Way, say. The sun's in there. That's the back of the sun. Andromeda's out there. Okay? Let's do it like this. Milky Way, Andromeda. Or Andromeda, Milky Way. Just go Andromeda, Milky Way. This is what's happening over time. I'm not gonna bring them together, okay? What do you see? Oh, look, Andromeda's gone into the Milky Way. Look, it hasn't approached it at all because it's turning. That's slippage. That's the sun. That's the sun tucked into the Milky Way. That turns every day. That's your 24-hour clock. Day and night. That's turning. The full rotation. Sun, Milky Way. Now, precession of the equinoxes is that sun slipping in the Milky Way. It's tucked in there like that. Slipping in there. It's surrounded by the Milky Way, but the bright light facing into the hole, amplification, and I've drawn it, amplification through the black hole. The black hole sitting here. Got anything to use for that? Hey, here we go. Hey, look at this. There's a black hole like that. So it's basically, that's what it is. Surrounded by the Milky Way. You're getting daylight across the Milky Way, across the black hole. Sorry, that's the amplifier of all the frequencies, because everything, all light is based on frequencies. So, and you get that sun there. So the whole thing is turning. This whole thing turns around the black hole like this. But anyway, there's slippage. The Milky Way slipping, the sun moving ahead of the Milky Way. That's the precession of the equinoxes. So that's why, because it's got the big rotation, so you got the Milky Way here and Andromeda, it's all turning, It's coming closer, see? Nothing's being sucked in, nothing gets sucked into the middle. It's like the ring magnet. It can't come in sideways sucked in. Like I've shown you in previous videos. If you get it right up centre in the Milky Way, sure, it will go down. That normally is supposed to stop in the centre down there, but straight down through the Milky Way. If I get in. Okay? Look, there it is, stuck down the middle there. No, we can't get it out. But look, it can't come in this way. It won't fall in the hole that way. That's the sun, right? Sitting on the horizon. And all the planets are racing around here. Look at that, racing around here, sucked in there. They're not falling in. You can't fall into the centre. Nothing's getting pulled in there. Everything's out here and it's just turning. Thanks to the black hole. The whole universe. This is why science tells us we're in the Milky Way. You can see the Milky Way up there and you go, what do you mean we're in the Milky Way? You can see the bloody Milky Way up there. But they're right, because if Earth's plane of inertia down there is the flat plane, the Milky Way is all around here. So we are in the Milky Way. Don't get me to try and done a previous video to show you why the Milky Way is reflected out there, but so they're sort of right, aren't they? It's going deep though. I'm not into that with this video today. So that's the Drometer. 10. Newly realised gravitational repulsion. So now we have a gravitational attraction, and now there's a repulsion. Not magnetic field centripetal convergence and divergence, or attraction and repulsion. No, it's gravity. Yeah, don't want to come out and say it's magnetism, do they? They know Earth's a giant magnet. They describe it in their science. And Earth has a magnetic field. So, what are we denying that now? I mean, this is what spinning ballers do. These young guys, they don't take all that into account. They just know a certain amount they got taught at school, and that's it. They don't go deeper. You'll never find out the truth if you don't go deep. And what I found with at the internet, if you just ask the average questions, they'll just give you a stupid answer. But if you know how it works and you go and ask a specific question, or basically tell them the answer, you get the whole story, get the truth, and it's way down deep. You get it all. Earth is called a world because it is from a whirl. A whirl. Where is the whirl in a spinning ball? Rotation is not a whirl, more like a twisting or spiraling rotation. That's what it's all in here. The whole universe is spiraling. This is spiraling in here. The ecliptics, they give us all the what they call the elliptic planes and all that sort of stuff. Here's another thing. So let's say this is the northern rotation, Polaris. It's way over there. We're not directly underneath it. We don't see a beautiful circular motion of stars above us. That's not how it works. We're not under it. See, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you see it like this. So what are you seeing? You're seeing that the back slight tilt because you've got this here. You've got to remember you're on an arc all around you, basically. But let's say we're looking north. So if something's coming around the corner, look, it's coming up. It appears to come up and over in your arc. Exaggerating, look, up and over. You're seeing like this. So, but if I'm looking towards the celestial equator and I'm from the north, I'm going to see things like this. I'm not going to see all this. This is behind me. This is, if I'm looking during the day, or night time, we'll say night time, all this is daytime on the other side of, we're to there, we're looking this way. I mean, if it's night time here, it's obviously daytime over there. So all this is behind me. I'm not saying that, I'm only saying this. And you're seeing it come up, over and down. Look at, this is what's basically happening. In the seasonal changes, you might see it like this. It's up and down in that little variance in the we call it the ecliptic plane, the street. And if I'm south looking north, I'm getting this look. This is behind me out south. I've got the southern rotation coming up here, looking over there. Look, it's coming around, up, over, and down. It's not too hard to imagine. Just make yourself a little model. It's all there. Nothing difficult. Where was I going? I was going to read something on the phone. The science site. I'll just read what they've got. How does Earth move through space? Now we know, on every scale. Now you just listen to all this garbage. Ask a scientist for our cosmic address and you'll get quite a mouthful. Here we are on planet Earth, which spins on its axis and revolves around the Sun, which orbits in an ellipse around the centre of the Milky Way. No, it does not. It's tucked into the Milky Way. The Milky Way is turning with it. I've mentioned that in a lot of my videos. Which is being pulled towards a Drometer. I've just shown you how that's not right. Within our local group, which is being pushed around inside our cosmic supercluster, Laniakea, by galactic groups, clusters and cosmic voids of blah blah blah. So all those cosmic voids they're talking about are just created from the Coriolis effect, the magnetic fields. We've seen in my previous videos how the magnetic fields on Earth work. We have this one here which creates Earth, but out in our realm, this central point becomes this central point. This is the main magnetic field with the electrical. So if you get the main magnetic field here, you chop it down, you'll get a half size magnetic field out here, the roaring 40s. Then you chop it down again, because all these magnetic fields moving, you're getting this, that creates a Coriolis effect. And in here it even says the winds, if you're out south, are curling around to the left. If you're in the north, they're curling around to the right. Exactly how this is the magnetic field. Ancient Egyptians tell us that magnetic field is in the wind. And this is the shape of the magnetic fields. Declination, what do you call it? Not declination, The other word, compass variation. This, if you follow the compass field, you'd be travelling like this. You're not getting a direct path to north. No, because that's your north there. If you're out south, that's your north. You're not, the compass isn't pointing there. It's more, well, it's actually directed at this line here. So you'll be following this line all the way to here. It's not until you got to the equator that you'd have a direct line to north and south. That's the one good spot there. Otherwise you're following these magnetic field lines. This is why they've come up with the gyro and all that, because they can set it. They set it at their compass and calculate the variation and have it straight, so you can travel in a straight line. So depending on where you are, which part of the hemisphere you live in, they will set their the gyros, calculate all these curves, so you're travelling in a direct line. But you can't come out here and have it set for there. No, you'll have it set to here, you have to reset it. Quite often you're doing several resets. That's what it's all about. Some of them are automatic. Go down a bit. Most likely, as you're reading this right now, you're sitting down perceiving yourself as stationary. Yet we know, at a cosmic level, we're not so stationary after all. For one, the Earth rotates on its axis.